Thank you. It's been very encouraging to hear the real progress that's been made and the lessons learned applied. But I think to a certain extent, your predecessors and to a lesser extent, we've been talking past each other on the concerns raised by my colleagues earlier. I personally have no doubt that the existing processes that have built up over a long time, as refined in the new instructions, will work just fine in dealing with the ordinary course of the 1,000 or so events you have to respond to every day. What we're focusing on is exactly what we just talked about. We are in the crosshairs here, and that if an event like Al-Qaeda has carried out elsewhere and planned, in addition to carrying out multiple events around the city with high casualties, we, I think, have not been convinced that the changes made can deal effectively with that in command control and communications. And that is why the issue of who is going to be in charge in the fog of war under this kind of a multiple attack, we think needs to be addressed more forcefully than it has in this new reform. As Commissioner Kerry said, you're a combat Marine. You know that in every Marine battalion there's an entire company just of communications experts, because the Marines have learned the hard way that in the fog of war, when you're under attack, things don't work. And you've got to have a graceful degrading, as they say. You've got to have backups. You have to have workarounds. If the single sideband won't work, you've got to send somebody with a landline. You switch to HF if you have to. If necessary, you write a note and send a runner. I don't see any such cross-agency understanding of the importance of communications under attack and dealing with it in a robust way with equipment and training that can withstand the inevitable Murphy's Law things that go wrong. And I don't see the authority anywhere in the city government yet, and one would hope it would be in OEM, to do the interface work, to do the rationalization. You all remember when the invasion of Grenada took place, the Army couldn't talk to the Marines, and they had different radio frequencies, radios and multiple radios that couldn't interface. That's been fixed in the military because there's now an authority with real clout to rationalize the communications and to see that they're robust and interoperable across agencies. It's that lack of line authority that seems to be missing, not for the day-to-day crises that you all manage extremely well, but when the next attack comes. So I'd like to get your comment on why we couldn't apply some of the lessons from these military events of the past that have had the same kinds of problems that led to dysfunction and should be able to be applied here.
I think this system that we're talking about now, the unified command system, does I think address a lot of concerns, at least in my mind, because it talks about getting command elements together, talking together, working collaboratively. Certainly in a major event, that's what you want. We don't want high-level separate command posts. We want to communicate face-to-face, ideally. That's really the best type of communication. Unless I'm missing something. I think if you're talking about the radio systems, we're working to address that. We do have interoperability now, but as far as big picture decision making, you want to make that together. And we do have an incident commander in the city, and that is the mayor. This is a very strong mayor government here, and maybe some people on the commission may be not aware of that mayors throughout the country don't have the authority that this mayor has. So we do have a strong mayor, both the position-wise and the incumbent now, but we want to have that face-to-face capacity at a high level to make decisions in complex situations. We can think of all sorts of scenarios where we have CBRN, we have conventional explosives throughout the city. We certainly in the police department have structured our operations for multiple events. We have a standalone concept where all of our borough commands and commanders are, when they get the signal, they can operate independently, and they can operate as their own police department. All of our resources in that area fall under that commander. So we've been thinking about this. We have a schematic that tells each of our executives where to go in the event of a major attack or catastrophe. We've thought about this. We've addressed this in terms of multiple events or sequential events in the department. The police department, the fire department, we do different jobs. You know, 99% of the time we're not involved. But on the big ones, I think you want to get together and have the mayor and the mayor's top level people should be together making those decisions. I think it addresses some of the communication concerns that you have, sir.
Thank you.